All right. Take two. We've been on the struggle bus and getting these things started. For some reason, there's like continually issues with my tablet and this software where I'll launch it, I'll try to draw, and nothing will come up, and then I'll launch Paint, just regular Windows Paint, and I'll try and draw, and stuff comes up, and then I spend several minutes troubleshooting and just pressing random buttons until it works again. So day six, take two. We're gonna try to draw some noses. Probably is not gonna go so well because I did watch some videos, but it was early this morning, and I don't think they've stuck with me very well. Um, the first one was something like this, and then wait, no, I got it backwards. First one was weird because it was this way. No, because he definitely drew lines in here, right? So it must have been narrow on the top. I was right the first time. I think these guiding lines are for the nostrils, because then you do, I think you did a circle here, a circle here, and then like a circle here maybe, and then he like gradiented this for shading, and then when he took it off, there's a layer above, turn the opacity down, something like drew this line, drew that line, drew this line, drew that line, um, this line here. And you got like the feeling of a nose. And when you put the shading back in, maybe that will help. I mean, this kind of looks like a nose. Very stylized nose. Maybe kind of give it a little hook up here on the sides. Um, so this is a problem here. It's not very good all around. But first attempts, second attempts, third attempts, ninth attempts usually aren't very good. They're just, at best okay. But like I think you can tell that this is like you could tell this is supposed to be a nose, right? Whatever. Um, I saw somebody else. I watched like 3 videos on noses this morning, in and out of a half awake stupor. And somebody else was drawing noses. They don't do rounded circles. They don't do rounded circles. That doesn't make any dang sense. That's redundant. They didn't use circles at all. They use as rounded squares. Is what I was trying to say. I'm on the wrong layer. So they would kind of do something like that. These nostrils are really big, so this nose is going to be really big. And they would accent the outside where the skin is. Something like that. And then I followed this line, I think, and I just did one here, and they did the same on the opposite side. Pretending those things are symmetrical. And I don't remember, they may have added a line. And you got your mouth, like right here. I also watched a video on mouths, and it was like, think a lot of it is if the mouth is open, think of it as if it's a triangle. And you don't need to do all the teeth. Just hit them with a couple vague outlines or something. And that'll give you like a good understanding of what's going on as a viewer. But I'm trying to remember what they said about the mouth, like the actual teeth drawing part. It's like that they did two like cylinders like this, I think. These are your teeth, and you draw like a triangle over the top to see what you can see here. You probably want a more center triangle than this. And then from there, you kind of just like round out the edge of the mouth. You could add a tongue or whatever. We're supposed to be working on a nose. I got distracted again, but I like a little bit of shading here. I think shading helps on noses a lot, but I know at some point, like this shading doesn't give it the nose enough shape, right? Because at some point, like the way that the nose works is it comes out like this. You know what I mean? Um, at some point you can't keep shading, I believe, because like the definition gets mixed up, right? Get rid of that line there. And you can do like a little something or other. We're gonna try and color this. I like to, I like to mess with color. I don't do a lot of colored stuff. Well, I mean, in these videos I do. Uh, in fact, I think I've done a colored thing almost every episode. I need to be more decisive with my lines. I watched a video last night on why your line art sucks, aka why my line art sucks. And a lot of it, I think, is that this is becoming a difficult one for me to draw, just the angle here. Yeah, that's better. A lot of it is I want to like really follow that predetermined path there, and then you get all the little shaky bits because my smoothing isn't very high. Oops. Yeah, this angle is weird for me to draw. I need to put my glove on. That's part of my problem. There we go. That'll probably help a lot. And Good enough. Whatever. Doesn't need to be perfect. This one's really bad. Okay, I mean, looks like a nose. So let's add a couple layers. I don't really know how to do human skin tones at all. So we're kind of just gonna play around a little bit. So we can always cover, we're gonna go back and fix stuff afterwards. This just looks like it could be human skin tone. Let's actually put this below. Oh, I got an alarm going off. Apologies. Telling me, hey, make sure you're awake. You got work in 90 minutes. You need to get up and take a shower. You need to make breakfast. And now I gotta make lunch because my lunch place is closed for renovations, for a remodel. Okay. And then the nose kind of just comes up like this, no? Back down like that. Maybe a little bit more this side. There we go. Hard to get that hard line on this side just because of the way the brush is shaped. It should be on a different layer. What am I doing? Did I do all this coloring on? I did. Try again. Try again till you learn your lesson. Gotta stop drawing on your line art level. Oh wait, no. That wasn't. Just kidding. You're good. I forgot I moved it down. But that one is a no-go because we need... Actually, what we can do is just this. Just gonna fill the whole thing in. I forgot about our multiply trick. Multiply. I don't know. I'm touching this tablet so lightly. I never touched it that lightly in my life. Figure out I should be airbrushing these. That's okay. Make good old use of the blur tool again, I suppose. I'm not shading this enough. I'm not sure what the problem is, to be honest with you. I can just tell that there's an issue. And then we need some highlight. So, is screen the opposite of... Looks like it might be. Screen looks like it might be the opposite of multiply. I don't know. I also have a hard time figuring out where to apply lighting to. Okay, I put way too much in there. Something like this is probably okay. And then maybe like a little bit here. It's too close to the edge, I think. A little bit there, maybe. Follow the line better. And we could make it so that the nose is a little like this, you know. That looks goofy. Let's not do that. Yeah, that's okay. It's an okay nose. We should go back to layer 2 though and fill in some of this nostril with black. Let's go to regular brush though. I gotta remember to stop holding the brush down for so long. If I get a couple good strokes in like that, you let go so that when you come back around for this pass, if you mess something up, you don't have to redo the whole process. Okay. I don't know if this is gonna work, but I thought this could be a fun idea to try. They're not even. That's okay. Problem with doing it on this layer is that maybe we just make the brush size a lot smaller. I gotta worry about my lines around the edge of the nose. I should have not done it on there because I kind of want to see what the nose looks like without. Obviously, as well, there needs to be more shading around like the bottom here. I'm just not super confident in doing all of that yet. I need to watch more nose videos and rewatch the nose videos I've already seen. The guy I usually watch, Lion Sensei, doesn't have a nose video. He put out a video on feet, um, which I think is a pretty telling statement. Not judging, just merely commenting. Uh, I don't think he's a dumb guy, and I don't think he's a weirdo. I think it's just like it's what the people want, you know. Who doesn't want to draw little toesies with circles? I didn't watch the video, but my assumption is probably like a lot of little circles followed by like cylinders, right? And then more circles and a big circle followed by like a trapezoid or something. And you got toes. And then you would just go over that. I probably should have done it on my sketch layer. But sometimes I struggle with fingers. Sometimes I draw really good fingers, but I don't draw fingers like well splayed. I think the thing is with fingers too is it's like circle at the end, cylinder, cylinder, and then block, right? It's kind of like the idea. This kind of just looks like a weird butcher's knife, but let's not get into that. So we got like a nose. That's cool. I think you could tell it's a nose. It obviously needs a lot of work, um, but a starting place. And by maybe day 25, we'll have put together every piece of the face, and we can draw a whole face. It probably won't be in one day, unless I do it on one of my days off and we do a longer video. I was thinking that we might wind up doing a lot of videos where, not a lot of videos, but some videos where it's a multi-day project. So we will decide what we want to draw, and we'll draw a little bit here, a little bit there, until we finish the whole thing. We're just doing a quick eye sketch real quick. Super quick. Real dirty. Because if we continue to do little sketches like this, hopefully we will remember the things that we learned before. Something like that. This section here is definitely my weakest. And then, shading here, shading here, shading here, color, that's blacked out, and then some highlights like there, and there, and here. I mean, it looks bad, but if I put some time into it, I think it would be okay. So what should we do at the end here? Maybe some more line work? We haven't done line work in a couple of days. So let's just... I accidentally turned my color to white somehow. Let's try some line work. I'm wearing a hoodie now too, so my hands are sticking less than even before. But now there's like another thing to get used to, is I don't have to compensate for the stickiness of my wrist on the tablet. Just relax the arm, all shoulder, all shoulder. My lines have definitely gotten worse. Also may just be because I haven't eaten. Food does make a big difference in the ability to do basically anything. Work on tracing a line. Work on tracing a line. Work on tracing a line. Man, whenever I am thinking about the recording I'm going to do either day of or next day, I think of things that I want to talk about. Then I get here and I go, mind empty. If I was smart, I would write them all down on like my phone or piece of paper, or have a doc up on my computer that I could just reference on my other screen. And yet I don't do that, because I think it's fine, I'll remember. I've thought about it 9 times. The way the brain works is the more you think about something, the more easily you will recall it. And that's true. So all those bad thoughts you have in your head that you recall all the time, you stop recalling them so often, there'll be less connections in your brain, so you can't recall them as much. Right? Um, yeah, I don't know. I do not know. I did share some of my artwork. Artwork is, I feel like that's a strong term for what I've been doing these last few days. But with a friend, because they asked about it, I told them. I've only told a couple people that I'm doing this draw daily thing, like 3. So literally more than a couple, but you catch the idea. I really just want to make this a title before I forget to do that. So that's what it's going to be for today. Who knows? Um, what else to draw? I got a couple more minutes before I'm ready to hop off here. Anyways, I did send some of it, and they were like, "Oh, that's really good," and I was like, "It's really not, but that's okay." Although I did draw, I think I mentioned that I drew an eye on pen and paper or pencil and paper last night, and I was like really happy with it. Looking at it this morning, it wasn't as good as I remember it being last night, but it wasn't like wasn't significantly worse. And I never draw with paper and pencil if I can help it. I don't know. Maybe we do a mushroom. We do another little mushroom. Just a little simple one. And it's growing out of something. There we go. And then layer 3 is my color layer. This mushroom's going to be orange because it strikes me. I'm not going to worry too much about staying in the lines. We're just going to kind of color it up here. Try not to go outside the lines at the bottom here too much, but the rest of it's okay. I kind of like this like hastily filled in aesthetic. Multiply layer. Always struggled with shading these things properly. Circles are really difficult for me for whatever reason. Spheres, I guess, actually is what I'm talking about. I feel like I've always struggled with shading them. It's like there's this arc that you want to get here. Something like that, maybe. I never feel like I can quite get it right. And I don't know, maybe give it like a little blue. That's too strong. Maybe this is gonna be a good blue. Grows out of a blue stem. Yeah, that's cute. It's a cute little blue there. Hit us with the multiply here, man. Oopsie. Zoom in so it looks real bad. It'd be easier if I made my brush smaller, but we committed. and we got there. So let's just clean this up a little bit. I don't mind a little rough, but this is far beyond a little rough. It's funny, you can tell that I'm focused because uh, I stopped talking. And then I do want to add like another thing real quick. I should stop, but we're not gonna stop here. We gotta add some color. I had this idea that I would do this. Does this need to be like over something? Yes. Um, I don't know. I was trying to give it like a little fairy feel. I don't think I did that. We have to. I have to study lights and how like ambient light works and how firefly sorts of things work, like little pixie lights. Is what I was thinking. Um, but we're gonna call it here. We'll be back again tomorrow. Thanks for coming by and watching the video again. Uh, yeah, we'll probably do like another nose something or other tomorrow. Maybe we'll do mouth. I'm not gonna work on doing full bodies for a long time, so don't expect that for like at least a couple more weeks. I really want to get locked down like a face first. Face is the most important part, in my opinion. It's where you look. So, yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. Thanks again. See you later.